Excuse me, would you like to buy a chocolate bar? Excuse me, madam, would you like to buy some chocolate? Not tonight,
Marc Grantham has spent almost 20 years selling chocolate to raise money for kids from third world countries.
I'm 32 and I'm not even married. Sam! Sam! Sam!
Marc Grantham has cerebral palsy and high needs. He lives independently in his own home in Auckland. At the start of the year, he set a goal to fly to Africa to visit the children he supports through World Vision. It's a journey few people with his condition would entertain, but Marc's always had a different vision of what his life ought to be.
I'm so determined to go places and to do some things. It's not funny. Well, I got 3 kids in Mumbai. I've got 2 kids, 2 sponsored kids in Africa. I support them going down to Newmarket to sell chocolates in Newmarket for my kids. I've got compassion for the kids of the world. I love what I do. I'm like their father to them. They need me for the education, for everything. If I wasn't around, I don't know what they would do.
Marc needs support 24 hours a day. He has 2 caregivers, Sam and Hayley, who he calls his personal assistants. Sam's cared for Marc for 12 years.
He's motivated, he gets him out of home, he loves talking to people, he loves chatting, even to strangers. He can just walk up to them or even just say hello, and everybody just starts a conversation from that.
Would you like to buy some chocolate? Excuse me, madam, would you like to buy some chocolate? Not tonight,
He's thinking big and far more than anyone else might think Marc is able to do, and more than we would have thought he could do if he hadn't pushed. Marc has pushed all the way along, right from when he was a little kid. He's always wanted to do more, try this, try that, things that would have been in the too hard basket for us. But Marc said, I want to do it.
Excuse me, would you like to buy a chocolate bar?
Marc is constantly striving to connect with people in his community.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah?
What do you do for a job?
I don't.
You
take care, Marc.
If he had been content as a baby to just sit there in the corner and watch television or something as he got older, because his care took quite a bit of work, it would have been an easy option for us. Marc wasn't content with that. He needed stimulating, and so we had to find ways of doing that, and so he's made a great life out of it for himself.
This is a young man who can't so much as wipe his own brow, yet he sits here for 6 hours at a time selling chocolate for his children.
Dairy milk?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I will buy 2. Yes?
Excuse me, would you like to buy a chocolate bar?
How many years have you been selling?
For 20 years.
Right. Yeah, I remember when I used to work in store. How many bars have you sold?
20,000 bars.
So chocolate up.
And why are fundraisers? I have 3 kids in India, 2 in Africa.
He strives to get people to engage.
What's that, darling?
What do you do for a job?
I'm a beauty therapist.
Oh, that's lovely.
You're welcome.
Do you do facials?
I do. Yeah.
Whereabouts?
Just upstairs here.
Excuse me. Excuse me, madam, would you like to buy a chocolate bar?
Hello, Uncle Marc.
Hello, Ruby. Uncle's here. You know me?
She does, but she can't say much. This is Uncle Marc at work.
Yeah.
We've come for a nice long walk to see him. We're going to have a fluffy somewhere.
Yeah. Uncle. Uncle Mark loves you.
We often can look at people like Marc and think it's great to be able to help you without realising that the opportunity for him to do something for others is important, and that's necessary for all of us, I think, to be able to give something, to have something to offer. Marc may not look like there's a lot that he can do for others, but he's certainly been proving he can.
Marc's determined to go to Africa to see the 2 children he supports through World Vision.
Well, Marc is Lucadia.
Yeah.
She'll be 11.
11.
And her favourite subject is writing.
Good.
Favourite pastime is group games.
Good.
And her language is Mangbawi.
Yeah.
Her family, she's got 1 sister,
1 sister
2 brothers.
and 2 brothers.
Her father is subsistence farmer, and he's well.
That's good.
And the mother as well, she's a farmer as well, and she's well. And Lucadia washes dishes to help her family.
And that's really good. I'm going to show you my room. Just follow me quick. Kitchen there. And here we've got the room. My room.
So what do you see when you look in that mirror?
I see a person in there that's looking pretty good and pretty happy. I'm always happy. If it wasn't for Sam or Haley, I wouldn't even be here today. And that's for real, because they are like my hands and feet. Yeah, that's right.
We'd probably be on the phone once a week at least, sometimes more, but sometimes we may not see him for a fortnight. And he lives his own independent life, is not calling on us, whereas when he was in the fairly institutional place, sometimes would get up to 6 phone calls a day.
When you say you have your moments, what do you mean?
Like any moments, like we have arguments. That's normal.
Who has arguments?
Me. And that's normal to have arguments.
With yourself, you mean?
Yeah.
What sort of arguments?
I used to say to me, ages ago to me, why I'm in this wheelchair, but I don't anymore, because I learned how to cope ages ago.
It's okay, because Marc does his own thing. Like he's probably watching the cricket and I'm probably doing something else. It's not like both of us are there together 24/7. Like sometimes he visits his neighbours, goes down to the paint shop. And then that 12 hours a day, we're probably like 5 hours together. Or when I'm cooking dinner, he's saying, what are you cooking? Get that ready. But most of the time he's out visiting his neighbours.
Marc accepts 24-hour care, but he's never been prepared to put up with a mere existence. For several years, he lived in an institution. He fought hard to get his own house.
You back enough now?
No, I'm not back enough.
Marc calls the shots, but virtually everything needs to be done for him. He lives in constant discomfort, and his body struggles to regulate hot and cold.
You have one new message. First,
I'm
new
listening
voice
to them.
message received today at 9:34 a.m. Hi, Marc. Chrissy. Sorry to miss your call. I was on the other line, but you can call me back. See ya. Bye.
Yeah.
Hi, Marcus.
Hello? Where Chris.
Yeah.
What have you done yesterday?
What have I done?
Is
About what?
tell me what you have done yesterday, all day yesterday.
I was working mainly, and I had an evening in the meeting. I'm teaching in the evening, and that's about it, really.
So is Ruby up?
She may have just come in. They've just been photographing their place.
I like people, and they like me, and I like to see my community and what they are doing, and it's quite good.
Weather permitting, he makes the 300-metre trek to the paint shop every day.
The boys from the paint shop and I come down here quite regularly. They know me and I know them very, very well.
Later today, he's off to meet with the Mayor of Auckland City. He cornered the Mayor as he walked through Newmarket and invited himself for lunch.
Hello.
Right, there you go.
Good to see you.
How's it going with you?
Guess what I'm doing today? I'm going
Hey,
to see
you look like you're got a few followers on board there.
Yeah, I'm going to see John Banks.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Oh,
because,
I like that bloke, actually.
yeah, I've sold 20,000 baht of chocolate for World Vision, and I invited myself to for lunch. I put you people in shame. I do.
Yeah, you do. You certainly do.
Yeah. I'm a good salesman too. I sell chocolate.
You gonna sell chocolate?
Yeah. I'm down in Newmarket. I started when I was 12 years old.
Having gratefully accepted the Mayor's invitation for lunch, he then set about inviting the rest of his family. His dad Chris, sister Rachel, brother-in-law Nathan, and his caregiver Hayley.
Hello.
Oh, greetings.
Hello.
Greetings. Greetings. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good to see you, legend.
You good?
Thanks for coming to see us.
It's been on the card.
Of course. Of course.
Ruby.
Rachel, this is Ruby?
Yeah.
Okay, Ruby.
And this is Hayley, my PA.
Oh, your PA?
Yeah.
Gee, PA.
My personal assistant.
Yes.
He's been with me a very long time.
A long time. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Okay.
And this is
Good to meet you.
This is Chris.
Chris.
Chris, and I forgot to say Nathan was in the band called former lead singer of Z. He's gone solo at the.
Is that you?
No.
It's him.
He's the entertainment today. You've brought along.
And what relation is he to you?
He's my brother.
You what?
He's my brother-in-law.
Brother-in-law.
Yeah.
I write it down. Must have Marc and for lunch.
You know preeclampsia?
Preeclampsia, that was the condition that Mum had.
Condition, but I can.
Oh, your mum had that condition.
Yeah, and
What is that condition?
well, I think it's a lack of oxygen. Chris, can you help?
That's the effect. There was the placenta wasn't fully functioning, so there was a shortage of oxygen at some point.
Where is he living now?
And only hunger.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
And who do you live with, Mark?
well, I'm by myself.
On your own.
Yeah, but I got PAs.
But you can call me Banksy, and that's even that. And
Banksy.
that means you know me.
Yeah, Banksy.
Yeah.
What does your wife do?
She's a pharmacist. A pharmacist.
At the chemist?
Yes, in Remuera.
I'm going to Africa to see my 2 World Vision kids. I got 5 kids altogether. Excuse me, John. I'm not even married, but it doesn't worry me.
You had 5 children
Yeah, I've got,
that you admit to.
I've got 5 kids.
I'm Marc's PA and I help him with his day-to-day living. It's a great job. I like it. I enjoy coming to work. And sometimes I miss work when I'm not working.
Days, weeks and months go by with Marc patiently accepting his lot.
Hello, Barbara.
Hello.
Oh, no. Hello, is Constance Boyful there?
Sorry, who?
Constance Boyful?
What's the last name?
What? Boyful?
For years, Marc's wanted to go snorkeling. He's backed out several times because of all that's involved in getting him into the water. Now he's decided to give it a go, and today's the day. There's been a lot of planning to make today happen. A wetsuit had to be modified with zips so that Marc's caregivers could get him into it. But Marc would expect nothing less.
I always wanted to go snorkeling and Emma's arranged it for me, so I'm off. I'm not afraid to do it because I think I can try a lot more. I haven't stepped on a jellyfish yet. We're going to go to Ireland so I can snorkel under the sea before I go to Africa.
Alright, and place this on your face. And then lean forward just a little bit for me. Okay, got your mask up on there. And we'll go ahead and try your snorkel. So bite down on that. There you go, perfect, just like that. So let's start.
It might slip out.
It might slip out.
What happens if it does?
Well, you would lift up your head, okay? And then we'll reseat it.
Very quickly.
Seal it? Yes, very quickly.
All right? Otherwise I might lose it, eh?
You won't lose the snorkel, but we don't want you to get any water in your mouth. So just
I'll try not to.
Oh, okay. Be able to see the blue mau.
Yeah, blue mau.
Yep, they're beautiful. You'll be able to see tons of things.
Okay, let's get this shot on the road. Too much fucking around.
You're getting better each time. Okay, we want to lift him up though, just in case a wave comes. We don't want to take. There we go. All right, we're to your chair, Mark. Got your legs. You okay, Sam? Okay, we're nearly to your other chair.
You enjoyed that?
Yes, I did.
Marc's had to be cared for in this way since he was born. But when he dreams, his life is different.
I'm an able-bodied when I dream. I don't think I have a disability when I dream. So, yeah.
Turn more a bit this way. Go straighten up. Yep.
Thank you. How are you today?
Good, good, yeah.
Oh, very good, thank you.
We'll go to the other side because it's all on the other side.
Excuse me, where's the light bulb?
Light bulbs
Yeah.
are number 12.
Okay.
I'll show you where they are.
Yeah, okay. I'll come with you. Wasn't quite an economic one.
Eh?
That one's all right, eh?
Yeah. What about some washing powder and straws? Can you look for that one? Washing powder and straws.
Washing powder and straw.
Yeah. I'll go and get some eggs now.
Yeah. Excuse me, madam. Excuse me, do you know where the straws are? Straws?
Straw? No, I don't. Probably the next one over, I think.
Okay.
I've got the straws here.
Come with me. You'll be running by the time I'm done with you today. Hello.
Hi.
How are you today?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Oh, good, thank you.
That's good.
Hello, Brett. I can sort of...
Mark, can you sign this for
Yeah.
me, please?
Yeah. You do it. 1 year old, Ruby.
How old's Ruby? Are you one?
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
For family, friends and family, say thank you, Amen.
Amen.
Chris,
Yep.
you rang, haven't you?
We talked about Africa and
What did you talk about?
we need police checks and start planning inoculations and that sort of stuff.
Oh, yeah, what did she say about that?
So is she okay, Dad?
Yep.
What does the lion say?
Roar, roar. In Africa, it's going to be roar, roar.
Yeah. Uncle Mark's going to go and see some lions.
And tigers.
Take you with him.
Tigers.
Yeah, it'll be
Do you want to come see the
won't it?
lions?
Marc's harassed everyone around him, and despite the huge cost and logistical nightmares, flights are booked and he's off to Tanzania.
Here we go. This is just slightly under the skin. This is not going to hurt much either. You poor man, I can see the grimace that you're going through.
Yeah, I know.
And here is the yellow fever.
Yeah, that's all right.
That's the one. Well done.
Good man.
So that's 2. In fact, you've had about 3 there. They've had hepatitis A, typhoid.
Africa, Africa, where the rivers flow, where the mountains are high. I'll be there to see my well-wishing kids. This is such a blessed idea. Even though there's suffering here, it won't stop me because I'll be there. Visiting my kids means a lot to me. Visiting my kids means a lot to me. Although I'm suffering, my heart is there. Doctor! Doctor! My heart is there. Africa, Africa, where the
Marc's done
rivers flow.
everything in his power to make it clear he wanted to go to Africa. He wrote this poem, recording it with African drums, just in case anyone doubted his passion to meet his sponsored children. Keen to step out of the humdrum of day-to-day life, Marc's now impatient to get on the plane.
Come on, I think they'll have some t-shirts there for you. And then bank. And last of all, what do you think of the presents?
Yeah, no.
There's a soccer ball there.
I've achieved.
And a netball.
I've achieved well my goal to go to Africa. And I'm looking forward to it. I fly out on what do you want, Saturday?
He's flying to Tanzania with his father Chris and caregiver Hayley. There'll be little rest for Hayley on the flight, tending to Marc. The 30-hour journey will take him from Auckland via Dubai and on to Nairobi.
Well, listen, 2 kids that I support.
It seems like luxury. He's flying business class. But he's had to pay the $10,000 fare because there's no way someone with Marc's condition and complete incapacity could ever grab a cheap fare and make an international flight on a whim. But the cost has to be borne by the family for Marc to get to Africa and ensure he has the ordinary life he dreams of. Like every passenger, he can't wait to get off.
Where are the other passengers? What's happened?
They're gone. They've deserted the sinking ship. We're waiting for that wheelchair. It hasn't arrived.
He's the last one to be offloaded.
Pretty blast off.
The count of 3.
1, 2, 3.
3.
Right.
All
Have
good.
to move in back.
He's got an 8-hour stopover in Nairobi, Kenya.
How about falling in the bloody morning?
Finally, he boards the last flight to Kilimanjaro, Tanzania. He's now just a day away from meeting the children he feels a powerful connection to.
The roof? Can it go on the roof? Can it go on the roof?
The locals can't figure out how to get Marc's wheelchair on board.
Yeah, he will be inside.
For a moment, there's confusion. Should Marc and his chair be on the roof?
We've got one arm.
Jumbo.
His adventure begins with an overnight stay in a safari park. It's back to basics for Hayley. They're staying in a hut. They've had to leave his hoist and all his high-tech aids behind.
There's a bit of a traffic jam. I suppose it's rush hour.
Good morning, Hayley. Can I go to the toilet, please? Sure.
Hayley's worked for Marc for 12 years. She's left her newborn son at home to make this trip with him.
Hayley's a vital part of the team. I can't lift Marc now because of back issues over the years, and Hayley comes providing the arms and legs, and she's done that more than 10 years now. It's hard work for her. She doesn't have all the mod cons that Marc has at home in terms of mechanical equipment and so on to help. So it's hard work, but she's fantastic.
Yeah.
I can't.
You can't go. How do you feel about cold showers?
If I have to have a cold shower, I will.
Oh no, it's heating up. Heating up. You're all right.
I'm really determined to have a good day at Africa. Hello, Africa! Hello, Africa!
This whole exercise started, the first child he sponsored was in Africa way back 20 years ago. We said, I plan to go to Africa. And we did a little bit of a year right, but we also knew that Marc would keep on with us. And as the ensuing months went by, he kept talking about his plans to go to Africa, so we knew we had to start planning in this direction. Right, how's that look? Test it out?
Yeah. That's all good. Today we're going to see Leocardia.
How do we say the girl's name? Leocardia? Leocardia?
Leocardia.
My role in a way is as manager of the tour. Marc is not able to do all the administrative details, the bookings and all of that, and with a lot of his life he likes us to handle the practical stuff. So I'm the one who talked with World Vision, began the fundraising.
They're travelling to a small village in the Magugu area, where infant mortality is high, sexually transmitted diseases are common, and a lot of people have AIDS. Hygiene and sanitation practices are poor. There's little safe water available for drinking. The money that Marc provides to this community goes towards schooling, AIDS prevention and agriculture. Marc is treated like royalty.
Some questions of Marc and...
No problem.
Yeah.
Leocardia.
This is Leocadia's mother.
Hello, Leocardia.
Anakusalimia.
Hello.
Most welcome, Marc. And this is Leocadia's father.
Hello. I've sold 20,000 bars of chocolate on the side of the road.
I think we're sort of rolling.
I can do it.
You sit toward just slightly to the side there and I'll come in. Here we are.
I have some gifts for Leocardia.
Anasema ana zawadi kwa ajili ya Leocardia.
Admirable.
Leocardia mwambia asante sana. Mfadhili wangu.
Some pins.
Sema asante. Sema asante sana. Mbona unashinda? Asante sana mfadhili wangu.
Taratibu sauti yako. She said, thank you, Marc.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah. Leocardia has prepared a gift for you too.
Thank you, Guardian. Thank you.
Mark, that has been prepared for the wall. You have to decorate it on the wall.
Oh.
Yeah, ansema asante.
Asante.
Asante sana. And that is a care for Mark.
Ah. Thank you.
Asante sana.
Asante sana.
Lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, lovely.
Very lovely. Ansema ni nzuri sana.
Thank you.
Kikapu chake.
With Marc's help, Leocadia may achieve her goal of becoming a nurse.
They are very close to my heart.
Try and ask about her hobbies, mate.
Yeah. What hobbies do you like to do?
She liked to play netball. So she had a ball now.
It is like Tanzania. It was a long plane trip.
Nasema amekuwa kiwanda muda mrefu sana kuja kuwatembelea.
But I'm glad there's all the money from World Vision is going to the right place.
Anasema ana imani kwamba ile michango anaitoa.
Thank you for having us in your home.
Anasema anashukuru sana kuwa ndani kwetu.
Thank you.
For Hayley, it's a dream trip too. She's dedicated years of her working life to Marc's care, and she's left a newborn baby at home because Marc chose her to make the trip with him.
I wouldn't have had the privilege of coming on this experience anyway. I probably wouldn't have even gotten out of Hamilton, let alone the country. He's very courageous. He's got the biggest heart. And he's very determined.
It was emotional for Marc, and it was emotional for me too. Seeing that what was just a sort of, could be seen just as fundraising that Marc does at home. This is what happens with the money he does. Marc pours his life, his heart, his love, his energy, his passion into his fundraising work, and to see him actually seeing the other end of it.
I'm growing now. I think this is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, so yeah, it's going to be, it's a memorable event that I don't think I'll ever forget. So just seeing Marc meeting his kids, it's quite emotional. Yeah. That's why I stand in the background. Don't want to get caught crying.
It's ironic, really. Money raised selling chocolate in the swanky shopping district of Newmarket is teaching these women a world away about their potential risk of HIV and AIDS. It's been a long day for Marc.
Because of Marc's spasticity, huge energy goes into movements, and you know that's quite draining. So, so when Marc runs out of energy, he just flakes, just blobs, and of course he is sitting down all day. We get an opportunity to change position many, many times.
You can tell just by his eyes and his speech, he starts to like slur, like he won't hold a conversation.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mama.
The freedom of water provides welcome relief.
Freedom out of my damn wheelchair.
Go. Feel warm?
Hours bumping across rough terrain has taken its toll.
What we had done if I'd gone down there? Greg would have got a great shot.
Well, it's easier for some able-bodied people to go to Africa. I wish I could do it by myself and don't rely on other people to do it for me. But that's the reality.
Why do it? It's the very sort of thing you and I can easily do. For this kind of exercise, it takes a lot more effort. But if we put in a lot of effort, then he has the opportunities that you and I have. But then in the end, we have a sort of equalised experience, if I can put it that way.
For breakfast, goat stew. It's a local delicacy. Marc's keen to get on the road. There's a heavy schedule.
Times are important because I don't like missing out on anything. Christopher!
Yeah, Marcus?
Marc's keen to do everything on the schedule.
Slight change of plan. We're going to see the irrigation canal first.
Why a slight change of plan?
That's what I was just talking with Joyce and Stephen and Julius, and that's what they've suggested. That will be a very short visit.
Have you got concerns about the time today, Marc? Getting things done?
No, I just want to have a good day and don't miss anything else like yesterday. If World Vision have organised it, we have to stick to it.
Chris reckons they could skip a planned trip to a canal, but Marc insists on seeing it.
Hello.
We'll say mambo, which means hi. Mambo. Yeah.
Mumbo jumbo.
Vast landscape and potholed roads mean much of the day is spent travelling.
We won't stay long at the canal.
Yeah, okay.
But we'll get you out when we get there.
Is it okay if you consider the canal and go to see the church?
Marc is keen to do everything that was on the schedule for today.
But we should not
Sorry?
If he is tired, I think we can cancel some of the things otherwise.
Can we do a short visit to the canal? That would be the question.
Yeah,
Yes.
short is okay.
Jumbo!
Jumbo.
Everyone knows the canal's not going to be a tourist highlight, and pretty soon Marc sees that for himself. Much of the day is spent travelling to meet Marc's second child, Dismas. Dismas is 10 and hadn't seen the inside of a classroom until Marc's sponsorship.
Yeah.
How you feeling, Marc?
Good. Yeah, very excited.
Marc takes enormous pride in the fact that his sponsor child is now in school.
Good morning to you too. Jumbo. Jumbo. It's so good to be in Africa. I'm really happy to come.
None of the children are learning English yet.
We're Hello. Hello, Dismas.
The laying of a hand on Marc's head is a huge sign of respect.
How are you feeling? How are you feeling? You met me. How are you feeling? How are you feeling?
He said he's happy to meet you.
Please, yeah, good.
For the 20 years Marc's been selling chocolate, the profits have been keeping African children like Dismas in school.
Dismas, what are you learning today? History. History. I live by myself in my own house in Auckland, and I want to introduce you to one of my friends who's come along with me. Her name's Hayley.
Anasema hivi, anaishi
Karibuni sana.
Most welcome Highland Marc.
Good on you.
Marc, you have been sponsoring Dismas. How do you raise your funds?
By selling chocolates on the side of the road.
Anamfadhili Dismas, lakini kazi yake ni kwamba anauza chocolate. Anauza nini? Chocolate. Wapi? Pembeni ya barabara. Alafu anamfadhili nani? Dismas. Safi sana.
I will do it until my dying day.
Punga mkono.
Bye-bye.
Punga kwa nguvu. Nani apunga? Okay, bye. Okay.
None of it.
Okay.
I like to give and don't receive. You know, give.
Why do you like giving?
Because a lot of time I just want to give.
The entire village has turned out to meet the man in the wheelchair from New Zealand.
Marc has a much more limited life at home, but coming here absolutely broadens his horizons. It shows him something else of the world. It's a once in a lifetime. He'll probably do other travel, but this is something that won't be repeated.
Very nice to meet you.
And this is Dismas' father. Dismas' father.
How do you do?
Very fine.
Jumbo.
Yet Marc is very content. He puts up with a lot of limitations and restrictions imposed on him, partially by his impairments, even more so by society and restrictions that come his way just because of what the community is like.
Thank you. Open greetings from New Zealand. I want to say it's been several months and I really look forward to this. And Hayley, where was she? I make money from selling chocolate from my wheelchair to help you guys and to help this community, and I enjoy it. And
Ndio anapata cha kututumia huku kwa ajili ya kusaidia jamii ya Mbugu. They are saying thank you very much.
Africa means to me my other home.
Here we are, round here, Marc.
Can he sit there?
Yes, mind there. Here we are. This is the kitchen.
I've got some, a gift for this mask is a soccer ball.
Yeah.
It's a pinch.
Asante, na sisi tuna zawadi tunataka kutoa.
They are saying thank you very much, and they have something for you.
Zawadi ndio hizi sasa.
Thank you very much. I'll put this in my hair.
I'll put this in my house.
Anasema ataiweka nyumbani kwake.
If you want to put any material like pencil or whatever.
Thank you. I'm speechless. I don't know what to say.
Yaani anasema amefurahi sana, yani mpaka anashindwa aseme nini.
Today is, I won't forget it for the rest of my life. And it's been hard for me to get here, but I've eventually got here with great help and great difficulties. But I don't mind because this has been part of my trip. And I wish I can do more. But there's one of me, and there's one of me, and I wish I can do more for the community.
We see the result of Marc's life, we see the inspiration he brings to others, so that makes it very worthwhile. He's our son, and you want the best for your kids, the opportunities, and any parent helps their kids to do the best they can. So this has been part of what it's been for us. It is something that he'll dine out on for a long time, so the value of this in his life is very long lasting.
My attitude is to really be an inspiration to many people.